Welcome back to my channel, Educational Talks. I am Eukaria. If you are a returning subscriber, you are welcome and thank you for being in this channel. And if you are just joining us, thank you for coming and do subscribe. I am an educator. I am a teacher. Then what is the difference between I being a teacher and being an educator? That means if I'm an educator, there is something different in me, on me. Then if I am a teacher, there is still something different. So can we find out what the differences are when you are an educator and when you are a teacher? Is there any difference? Let's find out. Honestly, is there any difference between a teacher and an educator? I need you to go down the memory lane of when you were in school, right from the kindergarten, elementary school and high school, and university, and recollect some of the teachers and lecturers and some of the lecturers that taught you back then. Remember some of their words, teaching relationships as teachers and the learners, and see the ones that made you smile, made you feel comfortable, made you feel angry, and made you felt accommodated or feel accommodated. Was there something that was different about these teachers? Something special, unique, and resident in your memory that helped to shape your life and morality today when you have this reflection. Now let's try to draw a clear-cut demarcation between a teacher and an educator. It will not be surprising, astonishing to know that even the dictionary didn't quite recognize the difference between a teacher and an educator, because it provided nearly identical definitions. But I think that's just the point on the surface. You can't tell which two teachers are teachers, which two teachers are teachers, and which is the educator by a convention definition that the two are the same. But for me, the difference lies in connotation of those words. According to many teachers, teaching is a job. A teacher is a title bestowed on teachers. A teacher is someone who disseminates information to students, someone who teaches content. An educator is a person. An educator establishes a proactive learning environment for their students and challenges them to transcend their boundaries every day. The question is, what made some teachers teachers and some educators? If you have a suggestion to this, or if you have your own your own opinion about educator and a teacher, the difference between the two, you are free to put that down in the comment section and let's talk or deliberate about that. You will be welcomed. Having said that, the educators create an environment that is sensational, classroom space that inspires development, diversity. They promote creativity, adventure, and passion that constantly encourages to question, to discover, and to challenge and satisfy innermost desires. Educators invest themselves in the lives of their students, certainly, rather than segregating the classroom into teacher and students, content provider and content receiver. Are we getting somewhere? They permit rigid constructs and develop relationships. Educators demonstrate authentic interest in students' individual learning goals. That's what an educator does. Educators make the classroom a symbiotic relationship. Educators are more than just authority. They treat people as equals. Educators ask about your life and they let you know about theirs as well. Educators have conversations. Educators stimulate controversial topics. They don't hide students from the truth, or they don't hide the truth from the students, and they make learning applicable. They make it real. And by having said this, we've been able to get from it a little the differences between an educator and a teacher. And what do we have types of educators, since we want teachers to become educators? Do we have types of educators? Let's find out. But if you have not subscribed, you are missing out. You need to subscribe. Subscribe, make your comments, and give this video a thumbs up. And do not fail to make your comment in anything you are not clear with. And please click on that notification bell for receiving of more posts from me. And what are the types of educators? We have maternal, paternal, and we have innovation, and we have hands-off education educators. Give it a thumbs up. Maternal, paternal educators cares about their students than the content or the lesson. Yes, that is how it's supposed to be. They constantly look after the students. They care about the learning process and not about the assignments. They care more about our maternal mental health and mental stability than any grades that we are to acquire. They are the biggest proponents of school culture. They carry school culture. They organize performances for students to shine and encourages types of positivity and pride that is unrelenting. The innovative type is always looking to challenge the status quo. I have mentioned others. Then that is for the maternal paternal. That is for maternal paternal innovators, educators. Then what about the innovators? The innovator stops asking questions. They encourage the students to create things at every opportunity given, to create dreams, to create a dream, to learn to write, to learn to draw, to learn to talk, to learn to debate, to learn to speak, have public speaking. They teach to draw, they teach everything that has to do with innovativity, if there is a word like that. Now, every conversation is a think tank. A think tank. Something very stimulating. Creation never ends with educators that are innovative. Innovative educators have thinking tank, and they carry their students along to make them think tank, create it, make it happen, bring it out, bring it to the table, hit it down the road, hit it out there. That is what an educator that is an innovator does. And what about hands-off educators? What do? They design projects, they draw, they design a lot of projects, they carry out architecture, they carry out designs into the lives of their learners. They make them to learn to design. to think out, to make beautiful things, to bring the word of beauty into reality, to bring the word of ecstasy into existence. That is what the hands-off educators do. They make you hold it, you think it, and you bring it out, and it looks real and beautiful beyond description. That's what educators that are innovative, that are hands-off do. Now, learning comes from experiences. Yes, it comes from experience. That's what psychology made us understand, that learning comes from experience as a result of the stimuli response of the stimulus. So when you get learning, you get experience. An active learning, not worksheets. No, hands off does not believe in worksheet. They believe in activity, learning active, and not textbook, not workbook, not textbooks. The underlying differences between teachers and educators, according to me, being identified, is three different types of three different types of commonalities that are found in them. Ground, I found that each common ground, man becomes an expert. On that ground, the commonality of the educators are that they become experts in their field. Yes, unconventional sense, but what they really mean is that they were transparent. They are transparent. They didn't have an answer to something. They say, I don't have an answer to it, and I will help you find that out. I will help you. We will brainstorm. We will find it out. That is one of the commonality of an educator. And the commonality is that their classroom and designated safe space established from day one the students enter the class. Comfortability, they make their classroom designated safe space established for the pupils, and comfortability is not far-fetched. To express themselves, their challenges, the ideas of the students are expressed, and their challenges and ideas are being brought to table, and they create and found out what is the safe way to go about any issue on ground. Safety normally comes from classrooms of an educator and they discuss based on whatever that is on ground. And lastly, perhaps what is important to them is what the educators has to establish: a personal relationship, the students outside of the classroom. Personal relationship, interactivity is what they look for, and that is what they give. They give you space, they give you a ground to breathe, they give you a ground to breathe, they give you a ground to study comfortably. The designated space safe, the ambience is awesome for you to bring in your ideas and rub it with your educator, and you get answers. And where the answers are not available, you brainstorm. And if you cannot brainstorm at the same time, the educator goes to prepare for this. What a word, beautiful for children, students, learners to exist. Be an educator and not a teacher. See you in my next video. Bye for now. Hi, welcome back to my channel, Educational Talks. I am Eukarya. If you are